वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्ते गोपीश गोपिका कांत श्रीराधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So we are in the 10th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, 4th and 5th verse, right?
Yes, Fatherji.
We'll start it. Okay. बुद्धिर्ज्ञानम् असम्मोहः क्षमा सत्यं दमः शमः सुखं दुःखं भवो भावो भयं चाभयम् एव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिस्तपोदानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विदाः. Buddhi, what are all created by Krishna? What are the qualities of living entities which is created by Krishna, that has been given? Buddhi, intelligence, is given by Lord. Knowledge is given by Lord. Asammoha, given freedom from happiness. Freedom from doubt has been given by Krishna. Shama, forgiveness, has been given by Krishna. Satyam, truthfulness, has been given by Krishna. Damaha, control of the senses. Shamaha, control of the mind. Sukham, happiness. Dukkham, distress. Bhava, abhava, birth and death. Bhayam, abhayam, fear and fearlessness. Ahimsa, samataha, non-violence, equilibrium. Tushti, satisfaction. Tapaha, finance. Danam, charity. Yashaha, fame. Ayasha, infamy. Come about. Bhavaha, these natures of the living entities. Mattaha, from me alone, Krishna says. Prithagvidaha, in this way, I have arranged all these things in a different ways. So everything comes from Krishna. All the qualities come from Krishna. Birth, death, everything comes from Krishna. For soul, there is no birth and death. This birth and death refers to how the whole form is been given, embodiment. Embodiment in this particular world, how the whole forms are being created, that has been given by Krishna. Even the fear also has been given by Krishna. It is in a person who is in Krishna consciousness, he has no fear, because he is sure to go back to God. It is said, one who is completely surrendered to Krishna, Krishna gives abhayam. Abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama, Krishna says. I have taken a vow that I give fearlessness to the devotees. In this way, every aspect has been spoken. Ahimsa, that is non-violence, no hatred towards anyone. All these things have been given by Krishna. Equanimity, samataha, freedom from that. What is the meaning of equanimity? Freedom from any attachment and aversion. All these things given by Krishna. Tushti, satisfaction. In the Bhagavatam, in Ishopanishad, there is a verse. ईशावासिम इदं सर्वं यत्किंच जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जिता मा गृधस्य स्विद्धलम्. Everybody is allotted a share. Should be satisfied with what we are having. And Krishna also says, Yogam Shema Pahamya. Krishna protects the devotees to be always connected with him. And Krishna removes that fear also of something which is going to be lost from the devotees. And what is the main thing? There is devotion. So Krishna protects the devotion. So that satisfaction is always there in the heart of the devotee. Finance is there, tapasya is there. Whatever the plans, whatever the rules have been told, wake up early in the morning, all these things are given by Krishna. Even the charity, the sense of giving the charity is also given by Krishna. Okay, Pushpa Mataji, read. I'll be keeping my video off because I'm traveling, so that, or you will lose the
Hare
connectivity.
Krishna. बुद्धिर्ज्ञानम् असम्मोह क्षमा सत्यं दमः समा सुखं दुःखं भवो भावो भयं च भयमेव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिस्तपोदानं यशो यश भवन्ति भावभूतानं मत्त एव पृथग्विदः. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. The different qualities of living entities, be they good or bad, are all created by Krishna and they are described here. Intelligence refers to the power to analyze things in their proper perspective, and knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter. Ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge. Knowledge means knowing the distinction between spirit and matter. In modern education, there is no knowledge about spirit. They are simply taking care of the material elements and bodily needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. Asammoha, freedom from doubt and delusion, can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely, he becomes free from bewilderment. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and caution. Shama, tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others. Satyam, truthfulness, means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Facts should not be misrepresented. According to social conventions, it is said that one can speak the truth only when it is palatable to others. But that is not truthfulness. The truth should be spoken in a straightforward way so that others will understand actually what the facts are. If a man is a thief and if people are warned that he is a thief, that is truth. Although sometimes the truth is unpalatable, one should not refrain from speaking it. Truthfulness demands that the facts be presented as they are for the benefit of others. That is the definition of truth. Control of the senses means that the senses should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, one should restrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts, that is called sama. One should not spend one's time pondering over earning money. That is a misuse of the thinking power. The mind should be used to understand the prime necessity of human beings, and that should be presented authoritatively. The power of thought should be developed in association with persons who are authorities in the scriptures, saintly persons, spiritual masters, and those whose thinking is highly developed. Sukham, pleasure or happiness, should always be in that which is favorable for the cultivation of the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for the cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected. Bhava, birth should be understood
One
to
minute, one
refer to
minute.
the body.
Anything, 1 minute. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted. Whatever is unfavorable, it should be rejected. It's the most important statement. So, something which is distress, but it is favorable to Krishna consciousness, just accept it. Like standing on the roads, distributing Bhagavad Gita. One may feel a distress in that, but that is favorable for our Krishna conscious movement. Accept it. But something which is like unfavorable, like you're going and just staying somewhere alone. There's no devotional service. What's the use? What is the use of that comfort? Which is not making us practice in devotional service. Okay. So now from here, Shilpa, read Bhava, birth. Shilpa.
Mataji, I need to actually, book is
Okay,
not with
Saurabh Prabhu. Saurabh Prabhu, you read.
Bhav, birth, should be understood to refer to the body. As far as the soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death. That we have discussed in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material world. Fear is due to worrying about the future. A person in Krishna consciousness has no fear because by his activities he is sure to go back to the spiritual sky, back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, his future is very bright. Others, however, do not know that what their future holds. They have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are therefore in constant anxiety. If we want to get free from anxiety, then the best course is to understand Krishna and be situated always in Krishna consciousness. In that way, we will be free from all fear. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated, Bhayam Dvitiya Bhiniveshatah Syat. Fear is caused by our absorption in the illusory energy. But those who are free from the illusory energy, those who are confident that they are not the material body, that they are spiritual parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who are therefore engaged in the transcendental service of the Supreme Godhead, have nothing to fear. Their future is very bright. This fear is a condition of person who are not in Krishna consciousness. Abhayam, fearlessness, is possible only for one in Krishna consciousness. Ahimsa, non-violence, means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion. Material activities that are promised by so many politicians, sociologists, philanthropists, etc., do not produce very good results because the politicians and philanthropists have no transcendental vision. They do not know what is actually beneficial for human society. Ahimsa means that people should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of the human body can be achieved. The human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commissions which do not further the end commit, do not further that end commit violence on the human body. That which furthers the future spiritual happiness of the people in general is called non-violence. Samata, equanimity, refers to freedom from attachment and aversion.
So 1
To be
minute,
very
what is non-violence? Which further hampers spiritual happiness of the people in general is called non-violence. The human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commissions which do not further that end commit violence on the human body. Further, the future furthers the spiritual happiness. If you are removing the spiritual happiness of the people, then that is called as, if you are giving spiritual happiness, that is non-violence. If you are not giving spiritual happiness, that is violence. Not allowing violence is at 3 levels. It's at the level of body, it's at the level of mind. It is, when it is at the level of body, 2 levels. So when it is at the level of body, it is a action. It's at the level of mind, then you're thinking ill about a person. Speech also. There is 3 levels. In speech, it comes when you say something bad to somebody. That is known as violence. But here, if you're not giving spiritual consciousness to somebody, that is also violence, jiva prada. You're not allowing that person to progress in spiritual life. And if you're allowing that person to progress in spiritual life, then that is non-violence. Like you are holding a program, you're teaching Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, or you're helping in teaching the Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. You're in the missionary activity, you're helping the missionary activity. And that is actually an act of non-violence. Okay. Okay. Read further.
Samatha, equanimity, refers to freedom from attachment and aversion. To be very much attached or to be very much detached is not the best. This material world should be accepted without attachment or aversion. That which is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness should be accepted. That which is unfavorable should be rejected. That is called samatha, equanimity. A person in Krishna consciousness has nothing to reject and nothing to accept, save in terms of its usefulness in the prosecution of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, this is very
Push.
important. Again, the statement that we have nothing to reject or nothing to accept. Whatever is favorable in Krishna consciousness, just we have to accept that. Okay, from here, Aruna Upadhyay, Mataji, read.
Hare Krishna. Tushti, satisfaction means that one should not be eager to gather more and more material goods by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with whatever is obtained by the grace of the Supreme Lord. That is called satisfaction. Tapas means austerity or penance. There are many rules and regulations in Vedas which apply here, like rising early in the morning and taking bath. Sometimes it is very troublesome to rise early in the morning, but whatever voluntary trouble one may suffer in this way is called penance. Similarly, there are prescriptions for fasting on certain days of the month. One may not be inclined to practice such fasting, but because of his determination to make advancement in the science of Krishna consciousness, he should accept such bodily troubles when they are recommended. However, one should not fast unnecessarily or against Vedic injunctions. One should not fast for some political purpose. For that is described in Bhagavad Gita as fasting in ignorance, and anything done in ignorance or passion does not lead to spiritual advancement. Everything done in the mode of goodness does advance one, however, and the fasting done in terms of the Vedic injunction enriches one in spiritual knowledge. As far as charity is concerned, one should give 50% of his earning to some good cause. And what is good cause? It is that which is conducted in terms of Krishna consciousness. That is not only a good cause, but the best cause, because Krishna is good. His cause is also good. Thus, charity should be given to a person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. According to the Vedic literatures, it is enjoined that charity should be given to the Brahmanas. This practice is still followed, although not very nicely in terms of the Vedic injunctions. But still, the injunction is that charity should be given to the Brahmanas. Why? Because they are engaged in higher cultivation of spiritual knowledge. A Brahmana is supposed to devote his whole life to understanding the Brahman. Brahma janati Brahmanaha.
Brahman
Brahmanaha.
Janati Brahmanaha.
Brahman janati Brahmana. One who knows Brahman is called Brahmana. Thus, charity is offered to the Brahmanas because they are always engaged in higher spiritual service and have no time to earn their livelihood. In the Vedic literature,
Livelihood.
charity
Livelihood.
livelihood. In the Vedic literature, charity is also to be awarded to one in the renounced order of life, the sannyasi. The sannyasi begged from door to door, not for money, but the missionary purposes. The system is the system that they go from door to door to awaken the householders from the slumber of ignorance. Because the householders are engaged in family affairs and have forgotten their actual purpose in life. Awaking their Krishna consciousness, it is the business of the sannyasi to go as beggars to the householders and encourage them to be Krishna conscious. As it is said in the Vedas, one should awake and achieve what is due him in this human form of life. This knowledge and method distributed by the sannyasi, hence charity is to be given to the renouncer of life, to the brahmanas, and similar good causes, not to any whimsical cause. Yes,
Okay, 1 minute.
yes,
1 minute. 1 minute.
yeah.
So charity, what is the purpose of charity? To expand the Hare Krishna movement, to expand our mission. If for that purpose charity is given, wonderful. So it is given to sannyasis, it is given to the preachers who are in the preaching movement. A preacher who is always engaged in Krishna consciousness, he is as good as a sannyasi. Sannyasi is not just by the dress, sannyasi is by one's consciousness. Okay, read further.
Okay. Yasha's fame should be according to Lord Chaitanya, who said that a man is famous when he is known as a great devotee. That is real fame. If one has become a great man in Krishna consciousness and it is known, then he is truly famous. One who does not have such fame is infamous. All these qualities are manifest throughout the universe in human society and in the society of the demigods. There are many forms of humanity on other planets, and these qualities are there. Now, for one who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness, Krishna creates all these qualities, but the person develops them himself from within. One who engages in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord develops all the good qualities as arranged by the Supreme Lord. Of whatever we find, good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can manifest itself in this material world which is not in Krishna. That is knowledge. Although we know that things are differently situated, we should realize that everything flows from Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So everything emanates from Krishna. There's nothing which is not coming from Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna. Now, rishis also come from Krishna. That's given in the 6th verse. Maharshaya Sapta is which verse? 7th verse, right? And let me see.
6.
Yeah, this is 6th verse. 6th verse. Maharshaya Sapta Purve Chatvaro Manavashthatha Madbhava Manasa Chata Yesham Loka Ima Prachaha. Maharishis, Saptarishis. Before Krishna created Saptarishis, and before them Krishna created four other sages, 4 Kumaras, and then Manus also came from him. How they were born? They were born from his mind. Jataha means born. Yesham Loke Ima Prajaha. And all the descendants, all the human beings or all the living beings who are present in different planets, they have descended from Manus. So 7 great rishis, 4 Kumaras, Manus have all come from Lord. And from them, the humans have come. Aditya, read.
Hare Krishna. Maharshya, Mataji, having a throat trouble, so can I
Maharshaya.
read it? Yeah.
What? Read.
My throat is fried, Mataji.
Your throat is not good.
Yeah.
Okay, who else will read? Mayur Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna. Maharshaya Sapta Purve Chatvaro Manavasthatha Madbhava Manasa Jata yesham loka imaha prajaha. Meaning, the seven great sages, and before them the four other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors and of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Purport. The Lord is giving a genealogical synopsis of the universal population. Brahma is the original creature born out of the energy of the Supreme Lord, who is known as Hiranyagarbha. And from Brahma, all the seven all the seven great sages, and before them four other great sages, named Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana,
Sanak,
and
Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanat Kumar.
Sanatana and Sanat Kumara, and the 14 Manus are manifested. All these 25 great sages are known as patriarchs of living entities all over the universe. And there are innumerable universes and innumerable planets within each universe, and each planet is full of population of different varieties. All of them are born of these 25 patriarchs. Brahma underwent penance for 1000 years of the demigods before he realized by the grace of Krishna how to create. Then from Brahma came Sanaka, Sanada, Sananda,
Sananda, Sananda, Sanata,
Sanatana,
Sanatana, Sanat Kumar.
Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara.
Then
Then
Rudra.
Rudra, and, and then the seven sages. And in this way, all the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are born out of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma is known as Pitamaha, the grandfather, and Krishna is known as Parampitamaha, father of the grandfather. That is stated in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 11.39. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Next. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vitti tatvatah so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo vitti tatvatah so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. So all these vibhutis, Krishna says, all the opulence. Vibhuti also means opulence. Vibhuti also means some Siddha Purushas, they have vibhuti of, they are also considered as vibhuti. That means they are all doing these mystical things because of the opulence of Krishna. Yogam, the mystic power. Everything comes from me, Krishna says, Mama, Yaha, anyone who Veti knows Tatvataha. Whoever knows this, Saha Avikalpena, without deviation, Yogena Yujyate, he is engaged in devotional service. Na atraha samshaya. There's no doubt. So whoever is performing unalloyed devotional service, he sees whatever mystic power, opulences he sees around, he understands that everything is coming from Krishna. So in this way, he can understand this vibhuti, because this is vibhuti yoga. Na? So whatever wonderful things around you, that is opulence of Krishna. Everything emanates from Krishna. Whoever is performing pure devotional service, he is never deviated. That has been given. Ki Goloka read. Goloka read. What happened? Okay. Pushpa, you continue.
Yes, Mataji. एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकल्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mine engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. The highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Generally, people know that God is great, but they do not know in detail how God is great. Here are the details. If one knows factually how God is great, then naturally he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. When one factually knows the opulences of the Supreme, there is no alternative but to surrender to him. This factual knowledge can be known from the descriptions in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures. In the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them are Brahma, Lord Shiva, and 4 great Kumaras, and the other patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born of the Supreme Lord Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna is the original forefather of all forefathers. These are some of the opulences of the Supreme Lord. When one is firmly convinced of them, he accepts Krishna with great faith and without any doubt, and he engages in devotional service. All this particular knowledge is required in order to increase one's interest in the loving devotional service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is. For by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to be fixed in sincere devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Now, Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabho, everything emanates from me. Aham sarvasya prabho, mattah sarvam pravartate, iti matva bhajante mam, buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabho, I'm the source of everything. Mattah sarvam pravartate, everything emanates from him. Iti matva bhajante mam. Whoever knows this, who can know this? It's not a whoever knows this is a devotee. Whoever is devoted to me knows this. There's a lot of difference. Whoever knows this becomes my devotee. Nahi. Whoever is devoted can know this truth. And everything emanates from Krishna. So what is the power of devotion? The power of devotion is one comes to know the real truth. Is the power of devotion. One comes to know the real fact that everything emanates from Krishna. Buddha bhava samanvita. He's actually a learned person. And with great attention, he's performing devotional service. Okay? Now, Saurabh Prabhu, read.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya and who knows how to apply these teachings can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agree that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods. In the Atharva Veda, Gopaltapani Upanishad, it is said, Yo Brahmanam Vidati Purvam Yo Ve Vedam Cha Gapayati Sma Krishna. It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, the Narayana Upanishad says, Atha Purusho Ha Ve Narayano Kamayata Praja Shrejyati. Then the Supreme Personality Narayan desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues, Narayanad Brahma Jayate, Narayanad
Narayana. Prajapati.
Prajapati. Prajayate Narayanad Indro Jayate. Narayanad Ashtau Vasavo Jayate. Narayanad
Jayante. Narayana.
Narayana Ekadasha Rudra Jayante. Narayana Rudra Jayante. Narayanad Dwadasha Ditya. From Narayana, Brahma is born, and from
Dwadasha Aditya. 1 minute. Narayana Dwadasha Aditya.
Dwadasha Aditya.
Read.
From Narayana, Brahma is born, and from Narayana, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayana is an expansion of Krishna. It is said in the same Vedas, Brahmanyo Devaki Putra. The son of Devaki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality. Narayana Upanishad. Then it is said, Eko ve Narayana Asin, na Brahma, na Ishano, Napo, Nagni, Samo, Neme, Dvay Aprithvi, na Nakshatrani, na Surya. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, no sun. Maha Upanishad. In the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. In the Moksha Dharma, Krishna also says, Prajapatim cha Rudram chapi aham eva srijami vai tauhi mam na vijanito mama maya vimohito. The patriarchs Shiva and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Varaha Purana, it is also said, Narayana Paro Devas Tamaj Jatas Chaturmukha Tasmad Rudro Bhavad Deva Sacha Sarva Jnanatam Gata. Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, and from whom Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me. No one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way from a bona fide spiritual master with references from Vedic literature engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person who should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations on Bhagavad Gita and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness.
So only a fool can consider Krishna as an ordinary person. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is devoted can know this truth. Okay, here we'll stop. Any doubts you can ask. Any
Hare
doubts?
Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, this verse number 4 and 5, where it is like, it is given Sukham and Samata, Tusti, Ahimsa. These all were even given by Lord Gautam Buddha also, no? He also followed the same principles, but the meaning was different, no?
But who is Gautam Buddha?
I don't
Is
know.
Krishna is incarnation of Lord, na? Buddha is
Acha.
incarnation of Lord.
Okay.
But we don't accept Buddha because he said Vedas are wrong. Because he had to say that. But he's one of the incarnations of Krishna.
Okay.
Everything emanates from him only. From Krishna only everything emanates. All the avatars emanate from him.
Okay, Mataji. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Aditya?
Yeah, Mataji, who are the 7 great sages?
Hmm?
In verse number 6,
Yeah, great
who are
sages are three. You have Kashyap, you have Kaushika, you have Bharadwaj. All the Gotras come, the 7 sages come. Those. Kaushika, there's Vishwamitra, the 3 rishis there, Bharadwaj is there. Like that. Chandilya is there. All 7 Gotras are there, 7 rishis. Okay. So stop here.
Mataji, in the previous
Yeah,
verse, in the 8th verse, it is said that in the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. So, somewhere it is written that he is son of Brahma. How do we understand
Yeah.
this?
Comes from the forehead of Brahma. Brahma is Kala Avatara of Krishna. So it technically is coming from Lord of, comes from the Brukuti of Brahma, not even forehead, the 2 space in between the 2 eyebrows. From there, from Brahma's Brukuti appears Shiva. So Brahma is Kala Avatar. So technically, God is the source of everything. Okay. Anything else? Irvanchakalaktarudyasya kripa sindhubhyavcha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo.